Welcome to the APL drug testing course. By the end of this course, you'll have everything you need to conduct drug testing at an APL competition. Before you can do that, there are two prerequisites. First, you need to be a certified APL referee. And second, you need to hold a current Working with Children's check in your state. Athletes are being tested as young as 16 years old, so this is a non-negotiable. You cannot conduct drug testing without one. One rule that also applies at all times is that male referees can only conduct drug testing on male athletes, and female referees can only conduct drug testing on female athletes. As a drug testing official, you may get asked additional questions about drug testing. You can answer general questions about banned substances and therapeutic use exemptions, things like pointing a lifter to the right category on a banned substance list, or explaining what a TUE is and how to apply for one. What you should not be doing is giving specific advice like telling a lifter whether a particular product is safe or interpreting the list for them. If it goes beyond surface level stuff, refer them to the APL drug testing policy and banned substance list on the APL website. Anything beyond that, they can contact APL directly. Throughout this course, we will cover who is eligible to be tested, how to notify a competitor that they are being tested, how to set up a collection room, how to conduct the test from start to finish, including all of the paperwork, and what happens when something goes wrong. At the end of this course, you'll need to sit an exam and score 90% or above to become eligible to conduct drug testing for the APL. First, let's start with who is eligible to be tested. At any drug tested event, any drug tested competitor is eligible to be tested at any time. However, during a drug tested competition, we always test the minimum top 10% of all the drug tested competitors. This drug testing is done at the conclusion of each session. During a standard drug tested competition, the minimum top 10% is based on the DOTS formula. At a juniors or masters competition, the minimum top 10% is based on the McCulloch coefficient. The number of competitors to be tested is always rounded to the nearest whole number. So that means if there's 32 competitors, then you only need to conduct 3 tests. If there is 38 competitors, then you will need to be conducting 4 tests. On top of that minimum 10%, the meet director can choose to randomly test any competitor at a drug tested competition. However, random tests don't count towards the minimum 10%. They're completely separate and entirely at the meet director's discretion. Every registered competitor at a drug tested meet is eligible to be tested, with one exception. Athletes 15 years and under are not eligible for testing. Athletes aged between 16 or 17 are eligible, but a parent or guardian must be present for the entire duration of the test. Under no circumstance should you test a minor without a parent or guardian present. If a parent or guardian is not present, the test does not go ahead. This is why the APL has strict rules that anybody under the age of 18 cannot compete without a parent or guardian present for the duration of the event. Now, we will discuss how to notify competitors that they are eligible for testing. Once a session has concluded, it's time to notify the competitors who will be tested. You're looking for the top 10% based on the final results of that session. If it's already clear during the competition that a lifter is going to finish in the top 10% without a doubt, we recommend to pull them aside as soon as they complete their final deadlift and walk off the platform. The sooner the test gets done, the better. The longer the gap between finishing and providing a sample, the more opportunity there is for something to interfere with the result. When you notify a competitor, you will need to escort them to the technical table. From that point, they must stay with a drug testing official at all times. They cannot leave your site. If they do, the integrity of the test can be compromised. One thing to mention to the competitor at notification: warn them not to overhydrate. Drinking excessive amounts of water before providing a sample can dilute the result. Now, if a competitor can't be located after the session, we recommend you make a reasonable attempt to contact them. This can be done via a phone call. But please note that it is not your job to chase them down indefinitely, but you need to make an effort and document it. If a competitor doesn't show for a test or can't be found after reasonable attempts, they are subject to sanctions under the APL drug testing policy. Not showing up for a test is treated the same as failing a test. That can mean disqualification from the competition, loss of any record set on the day, or in serious cases, an entire ban from the federation entirely. Now, in the next video, we'll show you how to prepare the collection room for testing.